Hello, I'm Nicole Mace with Leveraging eLearning, and I wanted to make a quick video on one of my favorite virtual scheduling tools called Calendly. I've been using this tool for about 2 years for students to schedule virtual appointments with me. This video actually came about from one of our community members in Leveraging eLearning. She's a faculty member, and she asked if I had any specific tools I like to use to schedule group meetings with a limited number of students in that group. Calendly is the perfect solution for this. It also provides a free or basic account for students to schedule for one event. One of the other features I really love about Calendly is that the appointments that are scheduled through Calendly can automatically be integrated into a calendar of your choice, such as Google Calendar, iCal, in Apple, or Microsoft Outlook. So in this tutorial, I want to show you exactly how to set up appointments for your students to choose in order to join a group with a limited number of seats available. The first thing you're going to want to do, of course, is go ahead and set up by entering your email here. It's going to walk you through a couple steps in order to set up your account. It's going to be a free account, the first one that you're going to set up, and then you will be entered into your actual Calendly dashboard. So you can see my Calendly here with two options. Here are your event types, and here are your scheduled events. So once students have selected the events, they will show up on the scheduled events. So in the event types, it's going to automatically give you a couple events that are pre-set up for you. So a 15-minute event, 30-minute event, and a 60-minute event. However, all three of these are one-on-one. And so for this tutorial, let's go ahead and create a new event type that is for a group of students to join with a limited number of seats available. So I'm going to select the new event type. It's going to give me an option for one-on-one or a group. We're going to select group. So the first box of information we're going to fill out is what event is this? So we're going to name it. We can give a location. It could be a room number of an actual lab, or it's going to be maybe via Zoom. You can give instructions or a description here, including some formatting options and links. And then this is the very specific URL that you're going to send out to your students so they can just click on that link and schedule their appointment. And so I'm going to continue to keep it this calendly.com. This hello 2468, this is what I put in when I set up my account to distinguish that this is my Calendly account. You may choose to put something in like your last name so that students know that this is your Calendly calendar. And then so this part here has to do with the actual event. So I want students to know that this is my Calendly calendar and this is the event that they're signing up for, lab sessions. And here is where we designate how many students can actually join in the group. So if you're in a lab situation where you can only have a certain number of students in the lab, maybe for social distancing purposes, this is where you can select how many students can be in this session at once. And so maybe I'm going to put something like 10 students. It's also really nice that you can color code this event. I'm going to keep that lovely purple color and select next. Okay, so that first box of information is done. We've now moved on to the second box of information. When can people book this event? And so currently it's set for every 30 minutes for 60 rolling days. And we're going to set the full availability right here. So first of all, I think maybe my meetings or my lab sessions are going to be not 30 minutes, but 45 minutes. You can set 60 minutes. You can also customize the minutes here. The date range. So events can be scheduled over 60 calendar days. And so maybe my term is a full 3 months. So I'm going to select maybe 90 days and select apply. Next, you want to make sure your time zone is correct. You can always select edit if you need to change it. And next, here is our calendar of availability. And so first thing I want to do is I only have labs on Tuesdays or Thursdays. So I'm going to select this Wednesday, and you can either change the time here, or for my instance, in my example, I'm going to select unavailable. And you can apply that to just this Wednesday or all Wednesdays. So I'm going to select all Wednesdays. Same thing for Friday, no labs on Friday or no meetings on Friday, unavailable, and select apply to all Fridays. I'm going to do the same thing for Monday, unavailable, all Mondays. Great. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to select the actual first day, And I'm going to give the time slots that students are able to select to go into the lab or to join me in a virtual meeting. So I'm going to select that maybe it starts at 12 p.m. and the first session will end at 12:45 p.m. A new interval here, and maybe the next session is at 1 p.m. to 1:45 p.m. And one more session. Maybe we have an open lab session. The last one of the day is 2 p.m. to 2:45 p.m. Great. I'm going to apply this to all Tuesdays. And so here are my time slots for Tuesdays for a full 90 days. So students can go in and select and sign up for the sessions in the future. So that part is done. And I'm going to do the same thing for Thursdays. Okay, great. So now I have those same 3 sessions available for Thursday, and I'm going to apply to all Thursdays. So now I want to bring your attention to the Advanced tab just above the calendar here. And this is where you can add some additional settings for your availability. So first of all, you want to set the frequency of available time slots for your invitees to 45-minute increments. You want to set the max per day, so students can only sign up for 1 session per day. And you're going to allow students to sign up all the way until 1 hour before that session. The last option is to set an event buffer, meaning if you need time to be able to set up in between sessions, this is where you can put in how many minutes. But since my sessions are just going to have students sign up to every 45 minutes on the hour, we don't need any buffer time here. All right, so I'm going to select next. Great, so the top 2 boxes are now complete, and those are the most important for setting up this event. Here are some additional options that really can help personalize this scheduling tool. So the first one is for the questions. So when students select on an appointment or a session time that works for them, there's a little form that they go ahead and fill out. The first 2 fields are name and email. They have a star, which means they are required. And the next option is for you to have students to complete an actual question. So for example, it says, please share anything that will help prepare for our meeting. Students can fill in the box here. You can edit this question to be whatever you would like. Also, you can edit the question to be a different question type, such as a checkbox, radio buttons, multiple lines, or even they can enter a phone number. You can also set this to be a required question to schedule the appointment. You can add as many questions as you would like to this form. I love that feature. So save and close. The next option is for notifications and cancellation policy. With the free account, you are still able to personalize an email confirmation and an email cancellation. When a student schedules an appointment, they're going to get an email confirmation, and you can personalize this by selecting the personalized link here. Same with the email cancellations. If you want to say something specific like, you're only allowed to miss 3 of these meetings, choose wisely and reschedule immediately. You can personalize that message here. So the last box I really want to point out in this tutorial is the confirmation page. So once a student has scheduled the appointment, the cancellation page can either give them the usual or the default displayed Calendly confirmation page, or you can reroute them to an external site. So if you have a website or you want them to go to another website once they've scheduled an appointment, this is how you can do that. Okay, great. So now that this event is ready to go, I want to see what it looks like for students. Calendly gives us a quick little link to say view live page. And so we can see what it's going to look like for students. They can select on a blue date to see the available time slots. So by clicking on a time slot, they can select confirm, and it will bring them to that form that they need to fill out in order to schedule the event. Okay, amazing. We've created our event. We've checked out to see what it looks like when students will click on it. So now how do we get this calendar to our students? All we need to do is copy the link to this calendar by selecting this button here. And now we can paste this link anywhere in our Canvas course. So we can paste it in an announcement, in an actual content page in the course that says schedule your lab sessions here. You can also send it out in a message in Canvas as well. This is really easy for students to be able to click that link, see the availability, select and schedule their time, and you know for sure that only the certain number of students can schedule an appointment for that specific session. Once they schedule the appointment, where will you see it? You'll be able to see all of your students' scheduled appointments on the Scheduled Events tab in Calendly. And remember, if you integrate their calendar into other calendars that you have, such as your Google Calendar, your iCal on Apple, or your Microsoft Outlook, these appointments will show up automatically on your own calendar. I hope this helps you out this coming term with scheduling virtual appointments. If you have any questions, please leave them down below in the comment box. I can't wait to learn more with you. Bye for now.